In this video, I want to share with you how to design your thumbnails, your logos, your banners, and many more using this very powerful website, PicMonkey.com. So you can see it create scroll stopping images for Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and more. Ads, logos, and anything you want to design. You can see the sample over here: Instagram, YouTube, flyers, presentations, logos, invitations. You can see all from here. Okay, so once you get to your browser, come to the search bar over here and just type PicMonkey.com and it's going to bring you over here. You can start the free trial if you want, or you can check out the pricing if you want over here and just go with it. But I think the free version can kind of do quite a lot for you if you so wish, if you want to give it a try. So make something. Just click start by making something just by clicking, and you can log in with any of your account. It may be the Facebook, or you can sign up with Google, or you can just click to sign up with an email and password and you register and you just join. So for now, I will join with my Google account by just clicking on Google and I select the account, and it's going to log in just like so. So you have a bunch of templates. These are most popular templates. These are social media templates. You can check around, you can see them. You can check out for more by coming to this small arrow, and you can check out. This is social media. This social media covers Facebook personal cover, Twitter. This is depending on anything you are targeting. These are prints. These are for small businesses. These are marketing. These are events, personal and holidays, invitations, cards. You can choose as many as you want. So let's say at this point I want to upload a photo, or you can create a collage, or you can do touch up a photo if you want from at this point. But let's say we can create custom size. Okay, so you can go with create custom size by just clicking on create custom size. So let's say we are going for YouTube thumbnails, and it's usually 1920 by 1080, 1920 by 1080p. All right, 1080. So once you have specified the sizing, you can just say make it, and it's loading your image at this moment. All right, so this is the image. This is where you design your thumbnail. So it's going to be a white background. You're free to adjust the basic edits. You can check the exposure, the coloration, and the sharpening. You can check exposure and you can adjust accordingly over here. You can play around with anything as you wish. You can check the coloration and play around with the coloration as well, the temperature, the tint, the saturation, the vibrance, and you can adjust the color as you so wish by just clicking on this. You can see auto adjust. You can click on this also to see. These are premium versions, but you can check to see anyone. You can play around with all this. So what I usually do is I come to, after opening this, I come to my next search bar. I search for something like cool backgrounds. Okay, and you can see quite a lot of them. You can just click on images and you can check for the one that kind of fits what you want to do or the content you are targeting. So let's say we'll go with something like this, and we can just right click, come to save image as, and you can specify the location. You specify location, give it a name, and then you click on save. So you can come back to the same website. You can come to bring in an image. So you can come over here and say add an image, and you can say yes, apply colors, yes, apply color, or no leave. So you say no leave, for example. We just want to bring in. You can have the different kind of places where you can bring in images. You can bring in stock photos, you can bring in stock videos, brand kits, Dropbox, Flickr, Instagram, Google Photos, and Google Drive. You can bring in your images from all this, but for now we're going to bring it from our computer. So you can just search for our image over here. We just click on it and we come down here and say open, and you can see it is coming up. You can see it has just opened. You can just quickly drag it and drop it. You can just come over to the edges so that it can, as you just hover over it, you can see it fills up the spacing that you have defined. You can see everything filled up. You can play around with the properties if you want, right? And you can play around with the text. You can reposition the image. You can place image. You can play around with the fill color and many more. Okay, so right now we can come back. Let's say we want to add a text. You can click on text over here and you can see a series of them. You can see some of them. You can just select accordingly. You can select the one that you want. So let's say we are taking something like this. You can just quickly drag it and drop it inside. You can just click it and you can see it's been selected. So you can just double click inside, just select it from there, double click. You can change the font style from here. Okay, you can change it to any font style, but I think I'm comfortable with this. You can play around with the arrangement. You can change the alignment from here also, and you can change the image fill. You can just click on this and you can play around with the image fill, the saturation. You can replace the fill. For example, if you have anything, you can rotate it from here accordingly. You can delete the fill if you want. You can increase or decrease the saturation accordingly. You can see the difference as you move across, as you try to increase or decrease. All right, so let's say we double click it and then we try to change it to something like, okay, let's say done. With double clicking, we can change it to something like welcome to Epic Mentorship. Okay, select it and we can play around with the sizing. You can come over here and decrease the sizing accordingly. So let's say we give it something like 100. Okay, and I think it kind of looks cool. All right, so you can play around with the coloration accordingly. You can change accordingly. Once you're done, you click on apply and you can see it's changed. Okay, you can check the basic color if you want. Can strengthen or decrease. Okay, you can increase or decrease the coloration accordingly. Yeah, so once you're done, you can click on apply. You have the option to play with the graphics at this point. You can bring in different kind of graphics depending on what your choice is. You can see a lot of graphics from here. You can check photos, you can draw, but drawing you have to be on the premium version for you to be able to draw at this point. But you can draw using this. These are premium brushes. These are free brushes. You can just select on any of them and you can just draw anything that you want, right? And you're free to select, you're free to change the coloration maybe to something like white, and you can increase or decrease the sizing accordingly of the brush from here. The hardness, you can increase or decrease accordingly, and once you're done, you can just hit on apply and you can see it has just been applied. You can click to drag it so that you can fill up the spaces and you can raise it up a little bit. If you want to bring in other features, you can also bring maybe the images. Okay, you can add text, photos, graphics. You can play around with these very features, the touch-ups, the frames. You can add a frame if you want, shape cutout or simple edge. Let's say we have a simple edge from here and you can see we've just added a tag, an edge to something like a frame. You're free to play around with it. You can increase or decrease the sizing accordingly, and even the inner border you can play around, caption space, corner space, and all that. Once you're done, you click on apply and you can see it has taken it. So you can add more text. For example, coming over here, you can just select any text and you can bring it in. Add a text. So let's say you type here if you want to type a custom one. Okay, so once you're done, you can come over here, increase the sizing. You can click out and you can drag and drop it over here. So once you're done, you can play around. You're free to play around with anything. You can change anything, all the features, you can play around with them. So once you're done, you can notice that to download, you have to be on the premium version. You can only share from here through your email. Also, it has to be on premium version. You can only share on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, your Google Drive if you want to download, or you can share with Google Photos or YouTube thumbnails directly to your YouTube or Facebook Ads Manager. You can share with all this. But what I usually do to get the version that I have just designed is I just come to my computer and Command Shift S to trigger the snipping tool. Okay, so as you can come over here from the beginning to the end. You can just select it and you can see it has just snapped everything, and you can come over here to this bottom right and you can see it over here. You can see it's been snapped very clearly, and you can just click on save, and right now you can navigate to whichever position that you want to save it. For example, over here, and you can just give it a name and you can just save in PNG format. Once you close on this, you can go back and you can see it over here with the border and everything. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is a bit about how to use one of the best graphic design website to design your thumbnails or to design any content of your choice. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to always hit the subscribe and notification buttons to stay connected to this channel for more of our very useful videos. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.